Hi guys, it's Rick Baxter with Cost Control Software. Hey, thanks so much for your interest in learning more about our Job Manager Core this is Job Manager Core for the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central Edition. Now this is an extension. Okay, it's an extension to the functionality as well as an extension to the way the software is designed. Now it's going to give you much more functionality than the base out-of-the-box kind of product, and certainly easier access to your data. So I really want you to kind of focus on that as we go along. Now, a tip here, remember you can always pause this video at any given time. So you can use the pause button, and you can even change the playback speed as well. And I encourage you to, down in the big red box down there, subscribe to this YouTube channel. That's very important to us as well. Now, since everyone the first question people have is what's the difference between the out-of-the-box jobs and your product? So let me start right there. So I'm going to open up kind of a comparison chart. Everybody seems to want a comparison chart to say, well, jobs versus Job Manager Core. What's in this core product? Well, I've typed this up for you, specifically for you that are kind of interested in this product, which kind of lays out the base jobs versus Job Manager Core so that you can kind of see, and I'll just scroll down a little bit here, sorting and grouping of jobs, identifying fields, project types. There's all sorts of things. I'm going to go down further. Grouping by cost categories. I'll spend some time about that in just a moment. Projections, changing and tracking costs on a job, and I even get into billing. This covers billing and so forth. So lots of great information here to help you understand the difference between the base jobs and Job Manager Core. And then also in the same I'm going to scroll down just a little bit more. Where is it here? Okay. There's also in this same document is what are the business models where this is an appropriate fit. Everybody goes like, well, this may not work for my business. Well, I want you to understand what businesses we designed this for, and hopefully it will fit one of your applications. We think it's four very specific businesses: service businesses, engineer to order, if you do engineering to order, if you make to order, make products to order, or you make to stock. Let's say you physically put the product into stock, we accommodate that as well. Whereas out of the box, the jobs granule is really for a service type business, nothing to do with any kind of manufacturing. So we handle both the manufacturing type job shops as well as many different service type businesses, and this again will kind of go through that information. I want to encourage you to contact us and request a copy of this brochure. Just call our office, give us a call, and say, hey, I'd really like to see a copy of this document. I'm going to take you through 7 key features of this product. Just 7, and there's like 29, but I'm really going to just focus on the first 7 key features of the product. So let's get going. Okay, the first thing that we wanted to do is make an improvement to the statistics that are available to you so you can really see all your information right in front of you. That's very important. So let me just open up a job list and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So here's a list. I don't have very many jobs in my sample, but I'll give you an example. Boom, right here, looky there. A job summary on the right side. In fact, let me move my face out of the way here, and you'll see that you've got the budget, the actuals, percent complete, the amount, percent invoice, percent of cost, and if you're interested in what your earnings are based on percent of completion, based on the planned billings, it calculates that for you as well. Now there's some other great statistics here as well. Job changes. So you might have a billing, you've got an original price, and then you've got a change to that price. This job doesn't have one, but it might, and then you've got a current planned billable amount. Also, you might have changes to your costs. You have an original estimate of your cost billable cost changes, non-billable cost changes, and then total plan cost, all shown right here. And then your profit is the original profit amount, and then the current profit amount with any of those changes shown as well. Hey, and look, let me go down just a little further. I just noticed this. PO changes. You might have purchase orders that have an original PO amount. This job doesn't have one. Let's see if we've got some. Yeah, here's a job that does. So this has got the original PO amount. It's only 385, but it could be 385,000. It could be whatever amount it is. Changes to the PO, and then total PO outstanding amount. These are what we call our committed costs to your jobs. PO posted invoices. So you have the original amount and then change of the posted invoices and then the total posted invoices. That's the total cost, basically job to date cost on your job. And then also we've got to deal with the same thing on your credit memos as well. So very nice change management and statistics right here on screen, and I'm going to take you through in the next couple segments many more statistic windows, but I like the way you have this certainly profitability information right here on screen on your main job list. We wanted to really get you that statistics right away. Okay, next we're going to go into a little bit on budgeting. Okay, in this segment, I want to talk about budgets and how you kind of look at the budget within your job. And we really provide information two different ways to look at budgets. I'm going to start with cost categories, and this really separates what we do here within our Job Manager core and what you'll get with the out-of-the-box job granule. It really lets you compare your budget by your predefined cost categories. Let's go take a look. I'm going to open up the statistics by cost category. Here it is right here, cost category. Very important. Okay, this is a list of all the potential cost categories that you might have on your job. You've got expenses, field labor, freight, machine, materials, miscellaneous overhead, services, shop labor. This is an unlimited user-defined list. You can have as many cost categories as you need. Okay, and then as the job progresses, anytime there's a cost that occurs in that cost category, it's going to show up in the appropriate, let's call it bucket, here within cost category. So you'll see here's my estimated cost for, let's see, this is materials and estimated cost for shop labor. You might have in your business estimated cost for transportation or machine cost or field labor, and they're all going to show up here. And then the actual costs are going to show in this column for each of these cost categories. And by the way, these are all drillable. So if you want to know, well, what was that actual cost of materials, you can click on that and drill down and see, oh, this was some base and some side panels, maybe hundreds of transactions that are in that particular list. So as well as the estimate, who set up the estimate, was the estimate for, all drillable, unlimited list. Okay, now let's talk about the second way to look at the information. So this is also important. So the second way to look at it is more kind of the sequence of the work, the sequence in which you're doing the work, and you will have to define this, but let me just go to what we call the tasks, okay? You need to kind of define the task within the job. Bring up my task list here. Okay, I've got first thing we do is planning, then we move into providing the service, then we test the service, and then we do the billing on the service. You may go through lots and lots of tasks such as painting, welding, installing CAD machine work. Oh my goodness, the cost list, the potential list of tasks is unlimited. Okay, and you can even subtotal them as well in this list as well. And notice that you set up your budgets and you have your actuals and you have variances and you have percent completes all against each one of the tasks that you find. But this is really to help your guys know, your team to know what is the sequence in which the work is done. So two very useful statistic windows here about one is the cost categories and the other is all about the details. Now, I do want to mention one other little quick thing here. On this one, you'll notice in the window down below, you have the what we call the planning lines. So then down here, you can set up, for testing the service. This is Mary is going to do that work and probably have a certain number of hours here to hours and rates. So all the detail is shown in kind of this split screen view into those planning lines. Really helps you see what's going on, and any materials. You could have an unlimited material list in here as well. So both the budgeted and actual cost. Notice the dates. You've got starting dates, all this, lots of date information, number of hours that you think each of these tasks are going to take, the amount of labor, the cost, and even we've got committed cost on those items. And then eventually we get into, where is it, the billable amount, how much you're going to bill for your services, and how much have you invoiced job to date. So all of this statistical information is available to you in this one very nice, it's kind of like a spreadsheet, isn't it? This looks kind of like a spreadsheet, but it's all right here and it's all in your one database. Hope you like what you see so far. I've got lots more to show you. Hang in there. In this segment, I want you to understand the concept of projects. Many of our clients have very large projects. They last a long, long time. And they want to break those large projects into smaller, more manageable sub-jobs, not just one great, big, huge job that lasts for months and months and months. We want to get that down into a more manageable set of sub-jobs. So we enable you to split your job, your master job, this 1010 master job. This is a custom conveyor design job where we're going to design, fabricate, and install that conveyor system. And it's all custom. And we're going to split that into job O1, O2, and O3. These are the sub jobs within that project. So the first job is design. The second job is fabrication portion of the work, and the third job is the installation and billing for that job. So you're able to split your jobs, and of course the statistics, you notice the statistics on the right side, those are going to be showing you exactly what's going on with each of those sub jobs. Each sub job can have its own set of tasks within that sub job, and its own bill of materials as well. So all of that, beautiful, beautiful way to organize your jobs, and just think in terms of your own business, how you might use that. How could you use that feature to be able to group these jobs or split your jobs into more sub jobs, more manageable sub jobs, and track the cost that way. Can't do this out of the box. This is special for this extension for Job Manager Core. Hope you like it. Got a lot more to show you. Okay, in this segment, I want to talk just a little bit about the procurement for your job, things that you buy or subcontractors that you need. And since most of your jobs are unique, most of our customers' jobs are unique, every single job, then you're going to need some kind of way to either import a unique bill of materials from your CAD software. We accommodate that as well. Or you have a predefined assembly list. Then the bill of materials is stored there and brought into your job. Either way, or you certainly can type it in manually. That's fine as well, your bill of materials. Either way, we've got you covered. All of that creates demand for those materials, right? Or services if you're subcontracting work out. So I want you to see here within the software what we do. So under the process option, there is a nice choice called, here it is right here, purchases, BOM lines. So this will bring up, and notice I'm on the master job, so I can see across all of my sub jobs and do all of my buying right from this one screen, because we're going to be buying specifically to multiple jobs. You can see here's all the sub jobs within this master, within this project. So this screen, I won't go into really training here, but I want you to see that this brings up the list. You could import your items here from one of your CAD softwares, or you could certainly just type it in the material list. It's going to show exactly the quantity to requisition. It's going to show who the vendor is that you're going to buy it from. And then you simply go and create the requisition. This will make the entries in that nice requisition worksheet so that you can carry out and generate your purchase orders. So a great way to create your POs, push the POs. I think of it as a push the all the planning lines that you've created, because this is the job planning lines, and push those over to your purchase orders and do that all automatically. You don't want to have to re-enter any information in this software. Thanks so much. Hey, I want to add one more little comment about that purchasing side that I think is important for you to see. When I'm here on a job and I look at the statistics, I think I've shown this in the past, this statistic window, this shows the PO outstanding amount. So at any given time, you can see what those open purchase orders are. Sometimes you may refer to them as committed cost, but it shows, like in this case, it's some outside processing for $550, and I can drill down and I can see exactly what is being purchased here for those jobs. So if you have that situation, we call that committed cost, and you don't have to leave the job to go find out what that PO information is. It's right here on your statistics screen. Hasn't made it into the actual cost column yet, but it's in the committed cost column, and once the vendor invoice comes in, then that's going to flow on into your actual cost, your job to date cost on the job. Wanted to just kind of show you that little piece of it. Thanks so much. Hey, it's Rick again. Hey, in this video, I want to show you just a little peek at change order management. What do we do with, because it happens to everybody. You're going to have a change at some stage, whether it's a material change or a subcontract change, whatever it might be. You've got to be able, or even a billing change, you might want to be able to enter that information. And out of the box, there just didn't seem to be a good way to do that. I showed you a peek of that concept here. Let me just slide this down a little bit. Here's where we show all those changes. Billing changes, cost changes, and PO changes are here as well. But let's go look at the details on this. I'm going to enter into one of these jobs. Let me just go to the task details. You can see it here very clearly. So I'm going to bring up a list of the tasks on this job. I'm going to go into, is it the planning? Yeah. So right here on this very first line item on the planning for $500, you'll notice that there is this line down here for what do we get? First one is on-site operational inspection, and then that's the original estimate, and then the $150, that's why it's 500. For the additional time for a safety inspection. Can you see that down there? And this is a billable change. So this is a billable change, and you can even put in a place here for a change of like a change order reference number that you might be referencing a specific customer approved change kind of thing. So, and this same concept of having line items that are original and billable apply to your purchase orders. I'm not going to have time to show that, but that applies to purchase orders as well, so that you can see what the original PO amount was and then any changes to that PO. Hope you like this little functionality for change management here within Job Manager Core. Thanks. Okay, the last thing I want to mention is reporting. Reporting. So important to everybody. Has very unique reports and information that is near and dear to their heart, and they want to get those reports out. Now, out of the box, you know, Jobs provides some very nice reports. There's probably 10, 12 reports that are included with the out of the box job granule. We extend that with some Job Manager Job Manager Core specific reports. So there's a budget to actual comparison, there's analysis by customer, planning line details, planning availability. There's a very nice job traveler. You want to be able to, we talked about the sequence of operations. You want to be able to generate a traveler for the shop. Billing analysis, how are you doing on the billings, purchase order lines, and resource. Oh, this is an important, well, two of these are important. The cost audit, an audit trail of the jobs. You want to fit a nice detailed report of all those transactions against the job. And then the resource type of entries. What's our utilization on employees? What have they been working on? And what about machines? What have they been applied to? So all of that information right there on a variety of very nice crafted reports. But I would like to suggest what you do on reports is send me a sample of one that you want. See, I'm sure you've got some report that is very important to you. Send me a sample of what it is that you're looking for, and then I'll go into our software and see if I can find a report very similar to it, or how we would kind of recreate that same report using the Job Manager Core. Okay, my time is up. Your turn. I want you to go down right now and hit that like button. Very important to me. Please, please go hit that like button. Let me know you like this video, helped you understand a little bit about jobs, job costing, Job Manager Core. Very important. And leave a comment. Hey, leave a comment. Just type a little comment. I know it's hard, but just leave a comment down there in the comment box about the video. Anything that you want more information on, let me know that. And certainly feel free to contact our office. We have a phone. I'll put the phone number up here on the screen, and then you can call us or just send us an email. We'd love to do a personal demonstration of this with maybe some of your data. It's almost nice to see some of your data and how you would process your workflow in Job Manager Core. Thanks everyone for taking a close look. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Rick Baxter signing out.